welcome back to the channel, and this is our first episode of our NHL 26 franchise mode series. I decided on the team that we were going to pick for this franchise mode. It is one of the newer teams in the league. Ladies and gentlemen, our franchise mode for NHL 26, our team is going to be the Seattle Kraken. A lot of factors went into choosing the Kraken, but I think they're a younger team. They're not essentially a playoff team, which is why I kind of want to push them into that role. And I think they have a lot of solid depth, a lot of good players. E5 overall as a team seems to be the average around the league. So without further ado, here we are. Welcome to our Seattle Kraken franchise mode. First thing we have to do is we have to look at the team we're going to be working with here. A lot of younger players on this team like Matty Beniers, Capo Caco. The issue with the Kraken is that they don't really have a top superstar name. They do have a pretty solid defense. I think Joey Decord's a pretty solid goalie as well, but he's not essentially a superstar. But that's why heyimfabz is here. Turn the Kraken into a dynasty. Jordan Eberle, who is the captain of the Seattle Kraken, 35 years of age. Only 42 games played last season, but he did put up 26 points. I think he's good enough for a couple points this year. Looks like McCann was our top point scorer last year. He's definitely going to be the backbone of this team for a little bit. I did kind of forget Marchment was on the Kraken. Montour and Dunn are our top line pairing. Jack Roslovic still a free agent in this game, as well as Matt Grzelcyk, both at 83. Roslovic is definitely the top free agent name that's still on the market. The lines that we saw at the beginning of the video are going to be our lines for the season. Let's start off with our very first game of the season, October 9th against the Anaheim Ducks at home. Let's do it. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's a new era of Seattle Kraken hockey. Let's get it started. Puck drop underway here at the very beautiful Climate Pledge Arena. Here's Beniers. Oh, wow. Not to mention one of the most beautiful jerseys as well. I love the Kraken's jerseys as we get ourselves up there on the face-off. I don't know what that was. Kako with a shot. It's blocked. Oh, what a play by Marchment. Bring that around now to Chandler Stevenson. And he scores! Chandler Stevenson, our first goal here in franchise mode with the Seattle Kraken, gets us on the board. What a play by the former Washington Capital to snipe that pastel style. As you can see their shooting percentage, I think the NHL IQ edition is pretty cool this game. I wonder if that's accurate or not. Ducks have an all first line of former Rangers here, Vetrano, Strome, and Kreider. If there's any Kraken fans watching, I don't really know much about your team. I really wouldn't say team history because you guys have only been around for 3 or so years. What do I need to know about your team? Any good prospects on the rise? What's the situation in the AHL? Let me know in the comments. Are there any hidden gems on this team? I know Tolvanen's been really good for me in franchise mode the last couple years. Same with this guy right here, Shane Wright. I think he's going to be a hidden gem. And Cutter Gauthier is going to tie this game up here for the Ducks. Only the second shot we faced. Only 5 shots between the two teams here. Good opportunity here. Here we go. So that's going to do it. Our very first period here. We're all tied up at 1. Goals from Stevenson and Gauthier. During our intermission break here, I want to check out this stadium. I've never been to this stadium. I do plan on it in the future, hopefully the next couple years. It's the only stadium in the league with 2 scoreboards. I mean, that's pretty awesome. You do get a view of outside, although I think it's tarped off in this game, which natural light you don't really see in NHL stadiums. Interesting to note here, they do have the number 32 retired, symbolizing that they are the 32nd team to enter the NHL right now. And they have the banners of the logos of every team in the league. All updated too, they include the Mammoth here. But yeah, all in all, a really awesome stadium. I see the press box up there. I would like to check the stadium out in real life. I think the NBA should really bring a team back here like the Supersonics. I've personally never been to Seattle, so I don't really know the vibe there. Like I said, I hope in the next couple years I get to see the stadium. Vince Dunn with the shot. That gets blocked off by Trouba. Hit by McCann. He's going to rip a shot. Denied. Beniers. Out of all the Kraken players, I would say I know Eberle and Beniers are the best. Kraken fans, do you see Beniers as the future? Let me know in the comments. I remember he was pretty solid at Michigan. Here we go. Stretch pass to McCann, who gets a breakaway. And he's going to score. Jared McCann, the very first breakaway we get with the Kraken, we're going to score. As you know from my Islanders franchise mode, I couldn't score breakaways to save my life. Hopefully that changes here in this series. Goes to Montour out in front. We can't really get a shot off. Done. Eberle on the backhand. He's denied. Larson with the slapper, tipped in front by Eberle. Eberle with 2 great scoring chances, but he doesn't get either of them. Here's Tolvanen. Nice little deke. He can't get the shot on target. Evans, a shot by Schwartz, and he scores. Evans took the shot at the point, it got blocked, and Schwartz took the rebound. 3-1 Kraken. Very strong start to this series. Let's hope we can keep it up here. Cartier tries to get past. Not much time left here. Can we generate another goal? That one's going to get blocked. Oh, is he injured? Oh, he blocked his own teammate's shot and got injured. Let's hope he's all right. Going into the 3rd period now. 2-1 lead. 20 more minutes left to play here. Forehand, backhand, he scores. I didn't even expect that to go in. Kako extends our lead now, 4-1. Elite stuff here from the Kraken as they keep piling on the goals. 4 goals and only 14 shots. Here's Dunn, Vince Dunn now. He's got a breakaway. He gets denied by Dostal. Second time that's happened to me. Oh my god, I gotta lock in here on faceoffs. Big hit there. Oh, what are we doing? Okay, great defensive effort from Schwartz, but oh my god. Denied. Here's Schwartz. Jaden Schwartz on a breakaway. Saved by Dostal. Get the rebound. Oh. Nice little rim round. That's not going to do anything, though, because the Seattle Kraken are going to win their very first game of the season. First game of the series. A pretty comfortable win at that. 4-1. We move. So as you know, I usually play 1 game a month in my franchise modes, and I usually alternate between home and away. So next month, which will be November, we're going to play an away game. So let's take on the St. Louis Blues here. Another Western Conference opponent. Interestingly, we don't play any Pacific teams on the road. We do play the Sharks twice, but both of those games are at home. The LA Kings are going to offer us Corey Perry for a 5th and 7th round pick. I'm good. So after a great first game of the season, everything's kind of went south since then, only winning 2 games. Honestly, I'm not mad with it. I kind of expect this to be like a rebuild year and just kind of get a feel for the team. Let's jump in here against the St. Louis Blues. We'll simulate the first 2 periods, see what's going on. Perfect. So it's a 3-3 game after 2. Nice little even game. Capo Kako. Oh, God. I feel like that's going to happen a lot. Capo Kako is going to get us on the board in the second period. Lindgren and Myers in the first. So without further ado, let's jump right in here. Nice look at our away jerseys here, which are freaking beautiful. Kraken have some absolutely gorgeous jerseys. They don't miss. Speaking of jerseys, I don't know when they're going to add their new alternate jersey, which glows in the dark, I think. Oh, give it away to Buchnevich out in front. We got to be careful there. Untitled Kako, he scores! Capo Kako! Let's go. Second goal of the game here, and we have the lead. There's Montour out in front, he scores! Brandon Montour gives us a 2-goal lead. What a play there, defeated out in front. Right past the skate of Robert Thomas. 2-goal lead here for our Seattle Kraken. Montour again! Oh, if McCann would have gotten that rebound. No, one more time to Montour. Oh, he's got Rocket X Factor. All right, makes sense. Let's give it to him again. Why not? Keep trying. Just keep piling off shots, and that's what gives us full pressure here. I can tell right off the bat, our top line guys of this franchise mode are already putting up points here. Pennington to the bench here. As you can see in the corner, that's a pretty cool new addition. You see the goalie go into the bench whenever he's pulled. Let's rip one here. That's going to go wide. We're not going to get there. Icing. That one's blocked. We need to get it out. Okay, we have the puck. Eberle's going to ice it. Game over. Started off tied 3-3, and now it is 6-3. Schwartz looks attack on another right. Whatever. Game over. We win by 3 goals. 2 games played, 2 wins. Let's just hope the rest of the team locks in here in the simulations. All right, so it's a new year here. January 1st, 2026. We are bottom of the Western Conference, 15-19-3. Playing the Predators, who are 7th in the Central, so we do essentially have a battle of mid. Jumping into the 3rd period here, we have a 2-0 lead against the Nashville Predators. Kako up to McCann. Back to Kako. He tries to snipe one. Up to Stevenson. If he can get past here. He can't. Saved there by Matt Murray. 2-time Stanley Cup champion Matt Murray, by the way. Shane right now drops it to Gaudreau. I probably should have passed that one. Lindgren out in front. Wow, Soros comes all the way out to save that. I keep doing that on the face-off. I gotta stop that. I think that's never happened to me. I've done it like 3 times in this video. Oh, Kako. Predators are gonna pull their goalie here, down 2-0. They get a shot off there from O'Reilly. Dunn gets it out. The former Predator, Eli Tolvanen's gonna bounce it in. The Kraken are surely gonna win this game here. Despite the win, it's not gonna take us out of last place in the division. Rowe tries to get on a goal there for the Predators, but that's not going to be anything for them. Kraken are going to take home a 3-0 victory. So I'm sorry, I actually lied. We are no longer last in the division. With that win, it gets us above the Ducks with 2 games. Now that we're at our position, I kind of need to focus on the trade deadline. Looking at some pieces we can ship off. Looking at a little bit of the older players here. I feel like Gaudreau, maybe Schwartz can give off some trade value. We'll see where we are, but we definitely need to sell at this deadline. So let's simulate to the trade deadline and see where we stand from there. Like I said, it's only our first season. I'm still getting a feel for the team. So we're not going to play as much in this first season as I usually do. Are we going to be above 500? We are above 500. Interesting. We lost to the Ducks. We do have a 2-week break in our season due to the Olympics, which isn't even in NHL, so, like, what's the point? Just play it. But I guess this schedule is mimicking the real-life schedule. Here we are at the trade deadline. We have 30 wins and 26 losses, so we are above 500. But I would prefer to sell because, honestly, I can't see ourselves making the playoffs here. Let's take a look at our options, what we can do. Oh, Braden Coote. Jesus Christ! Okay, so, first of all, the Canucks are going to offer Braden Coote, who I think is a great player, but they want Tolvanen, Alexiak, and Marchment. Coots is a 69 overall, medium elite, and he's still in Seattle, funny enough. But I think they're over asking. Let's eliminate the draft picks here. Coots does interest me. Alexiak was one of the pieces I was thinking about trading. If we can get rid of him and a 3rd-round pick for Coots, I'd be very content. They're going to reject. Can we throw in something like a 7th-round pick? Let's throw in the Devils' 7th-round pick. They're not even going to take it seriously. But Alexiak's one of the players I'm thinking about trading here. 1 year left on his contract, 33 years of age. Let's look at the better teams in the league here, see if we could finesse maybe a 1st-round pick for him. So I'm going to offer this to the Bruins, Jamie Alexiak, and a 7th-round pick for the Maple Leafs' 1st-round pick. And they're going to accept. Here's how the Maple Leafs look, 34, 20, and 9. So they're most likely a playoff team, but we do get another 1st-round pick this year. Actually, I didn't know this. We do have the Tampa Bay Lightning's 1st-round pick, I'm assuming from the Bjorkstrand trade. And we have their 1st-round pick next year as well. So that's some pieces we could work with. However, let's focus on our situation right now. See, Eberle's there, but he doesn't really have any trade value. Same with Schwartz. Jaden Schwartz is another piece I'm looking at trading here. 1 year left on his contract. Let's see if maybe we can get something for him. Maybe a nice little prospect. I'm going to make my first offer at a prospect. Braden Yeager from the Winnipeg Jets, formerly of the Pittsburgh Penguins. See if we can offer this 1-for-1. They're going to say no. Let's see if we can go for this trade here. Jaden Schwartz 1-for-1 for Alex Laferriere. Almost a 9-year age difference. They're going to reject. I think, honestly, I'm more content getting a draft pick. I'm going to offer this trade to the Minnesota Wild. It's going to be Freddie Gaudreau and a 4th-round pick for Carson Lambus, who is a medium top 4, 74 overall, and their 2nd-round pick. And they're going to say yes. So we're getting a nice young defenseman in Carson Lambus for Freddie Gaudreau, who's formerly of the Wild, and now he's back on the Wild. And we're going to make one more move here for Bradley Nadeau. We're going to offer up Jaden Schwartz. He's got 1 year left on his contract. And Carolina's 6th-round pick. I'll see if I can finesse something like a 5th-round pick. Okay, never mind. They don't even have any draft picks. So we'll steal another one from them. And we have a done deal. Alright, that's going to do it for our trade deadline here. We made a couple moves going in as sellers, and that's what we did. So, let's see how we do for the rest of the season here. I do not believe it. After selling at the trade deadline and having one of the worst starts to the season I've seen in a franchise mode in a while, the Seattle Kraken are going to the postseason. What? This is amazing. I can't comprehend it. And in the first round, which I can't even believe that we're here. We're going to play the Edmonton Oilers. Before we do that, though, let's recap our regular season that we had. Vince Dunn's going to lead us in points here with 59 assists for 70 points. He'll even throw up 11 goals. McCann is good enough for 68 points. Not bad. And Eli Tolvanen's going to be our leading goal scorer with 34 goals. Eberle playing a full healthy season here at the age of 35. He'll put up 51 points. And Shane Wright here only with 26 points. Very interesting to me. Did put up 44 points this season before. Alright, without further ado, let's simulate the Stanley Cup playoffs here. Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers, 124 points for Davo. I have a feeling this isn't going to be a long series.
One eternity later.
Jumping into the simulation here of game number 6, overtime hockey set, face-off between Beniers and McDavid. Oilers on the power play here. Nugent Hopkins out in front. Hyman. Nugent Hopkins again. Hyman. Oh my God. Oilers looking to put an end to our season. Nugent Hopkins. Draisaitl missed. And what a scary Oilers power play unit they have out there. And by the way, might I mention, EA finally added the series score to the game in the playoffs. Man, I've been waiting for that for a long time. I'm so glad they finally added it. And if you watch my EA rant video, I think they actually listened to me. Here's Shen. Mangiapane tipped out in front. Mangiapane back to Wallman. Back to Mangiapane. He'll rip a shot, post it in, and Mangiapane's going to end our, I would say, fairy tale season. I'm kind of surprised that we made the playoffs here. But the Oilers are going to eliminate us in 6 games. We did have a series lead at some point. Fair play to the Oilers. But our mindset on the offseason here, we're going to rebuild and become a better team. And we're going to make the playoffs again next season. In our very first season of franchise mode, the Ottawa Senators are going to dethrone the Florida Panthers in the conference finals and win an all-Canadian Stanley Cup final matchup to win the Stanley Cup. What? The Oilers losing 3 straight Stanley Cup finals. Yeah, McDavid's gone. But I just can't comprehend the Ottawa Senators are Stanley Cup champions. Wow. Okay. The Columbus Blue Jackets are not going to win the Gavin McKenna sweepstakes because he's not in the game. But they will win the sweepstakes. The Columbus Blue Jackets are on the clock here with the first overall pick, followed by the Flyers and Ducks. We have our very first pick at the 18th overall selection, followed by the 25th and 27th. Here's our projected number 1 overall pick, Alan Surrey. Put up 94 points in 65 games for the U.S. national team. The first overall pick, they will take Surrey at an 82 overall, medium elite. Here we are at our 18th overall selection in our draft. Top choice here is Tomas Pabazal. Definitely just butchered that. He's a sniper, ranked 16th in the draft. 26 goals, 44 assists as a sniper. Interesting. I think we'll go for it. Tomas Pabazal, welcome to the Seattle Kraken. Make our second pick here. I am focused more on defensemen, which we are surrounded by here. But after exploring my options, I'm going to go with Gustavo Emelin, left-handed defenseman, a younger player as well, left defenseman from Russia. Gustavo Emelin, welcome to the Seattle Kraken. Medium top 6 offensive defenseman. Back on the clock. And I was eyeing this guy right here, Mike Giftopoulos. He's a playmaker, medium elite, projected. I think we can drop a couple spots back to take him. That's a risk I'm going to take, then I think we'll do it. We're going to offer for the Ducks 32nd overall pick and Isaiah George, who we did have on our Islanders franchise mode. Let's see if they'll accept. They're actually going to reject. Interesting. Let's go back to the Sharks here one more time. Nobody that really wows me, but I would like to get a piece back at least. We welcome Mikko Ladi to the Seattle Kraken. I just decided it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth dropping back. We're going to have back-to-back picks here in the second round. Player is going to be Aiden O'Donnell, who is the top available player, second best available player. Avery Anstis, welcome to the Seattle Kraken. Medium top 9 forward. And for our second pick here, we're going to go with William Hawkinson, a left-handed defenseman. Low top 4. 66 overall. Not bad for a second-round pick here. On to the fourth round here. Go with Louis Francois Belanger. I'm pretty sure I've drafted him in franchise mode before. I think I drafted him for the Islanders, funny enough. But we'll go with him again. He looks pretty solid for a fourth round pick. Now we're focused on re-signing our players and free agency coming up. This is the deal that we're going to offer to Tolvanen. He wants a 4-team no-trade clause, which is only 14. Which is only 4 teams. Whatever. Wants a 4-year deal. I think we're better off with a 3-year deal. We'll offer it to him. And Jordan Eberle, he was getting up there in age, but he is bumped up to an 85 overall. Pretty solid season for him last year, so I think a 1-year contract is absolutely fair. And honestly, besides that, the rest of the contracts we had to offer here were just minor league contracts. We'll offer Matt Murray a contract as our backup, and everybody's going to accept here. Simple as that. Not many contracts we really had to sign there. So let's simulate to free agency and look at our available options. Here we are, July 1st, 2026. Are we going to see Davo on the list? No. Connor McDavid is actually going to stay with the Edmonton Oilers. But we do get another franchise player here in Kyle Connor. Looking for $15.3 million. Let's see what his demands are. He wants a full no movement clause for 7 years. Thing we offer here to Kyle Connor. I mean, we are looking for a superstar player to bolster our team. Is he the one? Patrick Laine is a name that I'm actually very interested in. I'm kind of shocked to see here on the free agent list. Kyle Connor will be signing for the Montreal Canadiens to replace Patrick Laine, who is hopefully a member of the Seattle Kraken. He is not. He is a member of the Nashville Predators. So that's where I'm going to leave this episode here. First episode of the series. I'm very content. We are still a rebuilding team. I'm absolutely looking towards the future here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And let's go Kraken.